Did you know that every 40 seconds, someone in America suffers a stroke, and 75% of these happen to people over 65? But what if I told you that 9 simple daily habits could cut your stroke risk by 80%? In the next few minutes, you'll discover the exact 9 daily habits that neurologists use to protect their own brains from stroke. Habits so simple, you can start them today. But here's what shocked researchers the most. The 7th habit takes only 2 minutes, but is more powerful than expensive treatments at preventing brain damage. When 78-year-old Diane from Denver had her annual checkup, her doctor was amazed because her stroke risk had dropped from high to nearly 0 in just 6 months. Diane hadn't taken any new treatments or expensive procedures. She had simply added 9 small habits to her daily routine. Her transformation proves that preventing stroke isn't about luck or genetics. It's about what you do every single day. Habit 1. The 5-minute blood pressure reset. Did you know that high blood pressure causes 70% of all strokes, yet most seniors never check theirs at home? Most people think that checking blood pressure at the doctor's office once or twice a year is sufficient. But this dangerous misconception leaves millions of seniors vulnerable to silent hypertension. Your blood pressure fluctuates dramatically throughout the day, and what appears normal during a brief medical visit can actually be dangerously elevated during your daily activities. Morning blood pressure is particularly critical because it's often the highest of the day, yet this is when most strokes occur. The stress of getting ready, the natural rise in blood pressure upon waking, and the body's morning hormone surge create a perfect storm for cardiovascular events. Research from the American Heart Association shows that daily blood pressure monitoring reduces stroke risk by 42% in adults over 65, even when readings seem normal at doctor visits. The comprehensive study followed 12,500 seniors for 4 years and found that those who monitored their pressure daily caught dangerous spikes that would have gone undetected otherwise. Dr. Maria Rodriguez, the lead researcher, noted that home monitoring revealed critical patterns that office visits missed completely. Many participants discovered their blood pressure was dangerously high during specific activities or times of day, allowing them to make immediate lifestyle adjustments. The study also found that the simple act of daily monitoring motivated participants to maintain healthier habits throughout the day. Without daily monitoring, silent high blood pressure damages your brain's blood vessels every single day, setting you up for a devastating stroke. This damage occurs gradually and painlessly, weakening blood vessel walls until they can no longer withstand normal pressure fluctuations. High blood pressure forces your heart to work harder, thickens your blood vessel walls, and creates microscopic tears that can become sites for dangerous clots to form. Over time, these damaged vessels become prone to rupture or blockage, leading to the brain damage we call stroke. Check your blood pressure at the same time every morning using a home monitor and record the numbers in a simple notebook. Choose a time when you're relaxed, avoid caffeine for at least 30 minutes beforehand, and sit quietly for 5 minutes before taking the reading. Take 3 measurements 1 minute apart and record the average of the last 2 readings. This simple routine takes less than 5 minutes, but provides invaluable information about your cardiovascular health. Carl from Phoenix discovered his morning pressure was dangerously high despite normal office readings. This early detection prevented what doctors later confirmed would have been a major stroke within weeks. Your blood pressure could be silently damaging your brain right now. Start monitoring tomorrow. Habit 2, the 10-minute brain-saving walk. What if just 10 minutes of walking could build new blood vessels in your brain and make you virtually stroke-proof? Most seniors underestimate the profound impact that brief, regular movement has on their brain's blood supply. Walking doesn't just exercise your legs and heart, it literally triggers the growth of new blood vessels in your brain through a process called angiogenesis. These new vessels create backup pathways for blood flow, so if one vessel becomes blocked, others can immediately take over and prevent brain damage. Even gentle walking stimulates the production of growth factors that strengthen existing blood vessels and improve their flexibility. The key is consistency rather than intensity, as regular gentle movement provides more protection than occasional vigorous exercise. Harvard Medical School research demonstrates that 10 minutes of daily walking increases brain blood flow by 25% and creates new protective blood vessels in seniors. The groundbreaking study used advanced brain imaging to track changes in participants' cerebral circulation over 6 months. Researchers found that even slow-paced walking triggered measurable improvements in brain blood flow within just 2 weeks. Dr. Jonathan Chen, the study's lead neurologist, explained that walking activates molecular pathways that stimulate new blood vessel formation, specifically in areas of the brain most vulnerable to stroke. The study also revealed that participants who walked daily had significantly better cognitive function and faster reaction times, indicating improved overall brain health. Skip this, and your brain's blood vessels remain weak and vulnerable, unable to survive even minor blockages that could cause stroke. Without regular movement, your existing blood vessels lose flexibility and strength, becoming increasingly prone to damage from normal blood pressure fluctuations. Sedentary seniors develop what researchers call vascular frailty, where their brain's blood supply system becomes so compromised that even small clots or minor pressure changes can cause significant brain damage. The lack of new vessel growth means there are no backup pathways when problems arise, making the brain extremely vulnerable to stroke. Walk for exactly 10 minutes every morning, whether inside your home, around your yard, or down your street. Choose a route that feels safe and comfortable, and focus on maintaining a steady pace rather than speed. If weather is a concern, walk indoors by pacing through your home, walking up and down stairs, or following an indoor walking video. The goal is continuous movement for 10 minutes, not distance or intensity. Beverly from Atlanta started with just walking to her mailbox and back, gradually extending her route as she felt stronger. 6 months later, her brain scans showed significantly improved blood vessel health, and her doctor was amazed at the improvement. Every day you don't walk, your brain's protection gets weaker. Take that first step tomorrow. Habit 3. The critical hydration protocol. Could dehydration be thickening your blood right now and tripling your stroke risk? Dehydration is one of the most overlooked stroke risk factors, especially in seniors who naturally have a diminished sense of thirst. When you're dehydrated, your blood becomes thick and sticky, making it much more likely to form dangerous clots. This thickened blood puts extra strain on your heart and makes it harder for blood to flow through the narrow vessels in your brain. Dehydration also reduces blood volume, which can cause blood pressure to spike as your heart works harder to pump the thicker blood. Many seniors live in a state of chronic mild dehydration without realizing it, gradually increasing their stroke risk day by day. Mayo Clinic studies reveal that seniors who drink 6 to 8 glasses of water daily have 60% fewer strokes than those who remain chronically dehydrated. The extensive research followed 8,400 seniors for 5 years, carefully tracking their fluid intake and cardiovascular outcomes. Participants who maintained proper hydration had significantly better blood flow, lower blood pressure, and dramatically reduced rates of blood clot formation. Dr. Susan Williams, the study's lead researcher, found that even mild dehydration increased stroke risk by measurable amounts, while optimal hydration provided powerful protection. The study also showed that proper hydration improved cognitive function and reduced the risk of other cardiovascular events. Without proper hydration, your blood becomes thick and sticky, dramatically increasing the chance of dangerous clots forming in your brain. Dehydrated blood moves sluggishly through your vessels, creating areas where clots can easily form and grow. These clots can block blood flow to critical areas of your brain, causing immediate and often permanent damage. Thick blood also makes it harder for your brain to receive the oxygen and nutrients it needs, gradually weakening brain tissue and making it more vulnerable to damage when blood flow problems occur. Drink 1 8-ounce glass of water every 2 hours throughout the day, starting when you wake up. Set gentle reminders on your phone or use a water bottle with time markers to help you stay on track. Choose water at room temperature, as it's absorbed more quickly than ice-cold water. If plain water feels boring, add a slice of lemon or a few drops of natural flavor, but avoid sugary drinks that can actually increase dehydration. Thomas from Miami reduced his stroke risk markers by 40% simply by drinking water on a regular schedule. His doctor was amazed at the improvement in his blood tests and the dramatic reduction in his cardiovascular risk factors. Your blood is thickening every hour you delay proper hydration. Start drinking now. Habit 4, the omega-3 brain shield. Why do populations that eat fish daily have 70% fewer strokes than those who don't? Omega-3 fatty acids are essential for maintaining healthy, flexible blood vessels in your brain. These special fats integrate into the cell membranes of your blood vessels, keeping them supple and able to adapt to changes in blood pressure. Without adequate omega-3s, blood vessels become stiff and brittle, much more likely to rupture under pressure or become blocked by clots. Omega-3s also have powerful anti-inflammatory properties that protect blood vessels from damage caused by chronic inflammation. Many seniors are severely deficient in these crucial fats because they don't eat fish regularly and don't realize that plant sources like walnuts and flax seeds can also provide significant protection. Johns Hopkins research shows that seniors eating omega-3 rich foods 3 times per week reduce stroke risk by 65% and improve brain blood vessel flexibility. The comprehensive study analyzed data from 15 countries, comparing stroke rates in populations with different dietary patterns. Researchers found that areas where people regularly consumed fish, nuts, and seeds had dramatically lower stroke rates across all age groups. Dr. Angela Foster, the study's nutritional epidemiologist, explained that omega-3s work at the cellular level to maintain blood vessel health and prevent the inflammatory processes that lead to stroke. The study also revealed that the protective effects were cumulative, with greater benefits seen in people who had maintained omega-3 rich diets for longer periods. Without these essential fats, your brain's blood vessels become stiff and brittle, unable to adapt when blood flow changes. Stiff blood vessels can't accommodate normal fluctuations in blood pressure, making them prone to rupture during stress or physical activity. The lack of omega-3s also allows chronic inflammation to damage blood vessel walls, creating rough surfaces where clots can easily form and grow. Over time, this vessel damage progresses until even minor blood pressure changes can cause devastating brain damage. Eat a palm-sized portion of salmon, sardines, walnuts, or flax seeds 3 times per week. Choose wild-caught fish when possible, as it typically contains higher levels of beneficial omega-3s than farm-raised varieties. If fresh fish isn't available or affordable, canned salmon and sardines provide excellent omega-3 content at a fraction of the cost. For plant-based options, add ground flax seeds to cereal or yogurt, or enjoy a small handful of walnuts as a snack. Evelyn from Maine added canned salmon to her lunch twice a week and saw her inflammatory markers drop to levels of someone 20 years younger. Her doctor was impressed by the improvement in her blood work and the significant reduction in her cardiovascular risk profile. Your brain vessels are getting stiffer every day without these protective fats. Add them to your next meal. Habit 5. The Sleep Recovery Shield. Did you know that sleeping less than 6 hours triples your stroke risk and damages your brain every single night? During sleep, your brain undergoes a crucial cleaning process called the glymphatic system, where toxic waste products are flushed out through specialized channels. Poor sleep prevents this cleaning process from working effectively, allowing harmful substances to accumulate and damage blood vessels. Sleep deprivation also triggers the release of stress hormones that increase blood pressure and promote inflammation throughout your cardiovascular system. Seniors who consistently get poor sleep develop chronic elevation of these damaging hormones, gradually weakening their brain's blood vessels and increasing stroke risk. Additionally, sleep disorders like sleep apnea cause repeated drops in blood oxygen levels, further stressing the brain's vascular system. Sleep research from the National Institute of Health shows that 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep reduces stroke risk by 55% in seniors by allowing brain waste removal. The groundbreaking study used specialized brain imaging to observe the glymphatic cleaning process in real time, showing how it becomes dramatically more efficient during deep sleep phases. Researchers found that seniors who consistently got adequate sleep had significantly cleaner brains with less accumulation of stroke-promoting toxins. Dr. Michael Johnson, the study's lead sleep researcher, explained that the brain's cleaning system is most active during the deepest stages of sleep, which occur primarily in the first half of the night. The study also revealed that sleep quality was even more important than sleep quantity for optimal brain protection. Poor sleep prevents your brain from clearing toxic waste products that damage blood vessels and increase dangerous clot formation. Without adequate sleep, harmful proteins and inflammatory substances accumulate in brain tissue, gradually weakening blood vessel walls and promoting the formation of dangerous clots. Sleep-deprived brains also show increased levels of stress hormones that damage blood vessels and elevated inflammatory markers that promote stroke risk. The combination of toxic accumulation and increased inflammation creates a perfect storm for stroke development. Go to bed and wake up at the exact same time every day, even on weekends, aiming for 7-8 hours total. Create a relaxing bedtime routine that begins 30 minutes before your target sleep time, avoiding screens and stimulating activities. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, using blackout curtains or eye masks if necessary. If you wake up frequently during the night, avoid looking at clocks or phones, as this can increase anxiety and make it harder to fall back asleep. Leonard from Oregon improved his sleep schedule and his memory tests improved by 30%, while his stroke risk factors dropped significantly. His doctor noted dramatic improvements in his blood pressure and inflammatory markers after just 2 months of consistent sleep. Every night of poor sleep damages your brain's protection. Fix your schedule tonight. Habit 6, the daily stress circuit breaker. Could chronic stress be silently destroying your brain's blood vessels and setting you up for stroke? Chronic stress triggers a cascade of harmful changes in your cardiovascular system that dramatically increase stroke risk. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that increase blood pressure, promote inflammation, and make your blood more likely to clot. These stress hormones also cause blood vessels to constrict, reducing blood flow to your brain and increasing the pressure in your vascular system. Seniors often face multiple stresses, including health concerns, financial worries, and social isolation, creating a state of chronic stress that continuously damages their cardiovascular system. The harmful effects of stress are cumulative, with each day of elevated stress hormones causing additional damage to blood vessel walls. Harvard research demonstrates that seniors who practice 10 minutes of daily stress reduction lower stroke risk by 48% through improved blood vessel function. The study followed 6,800 seniors for 3 years, measuring stress hormone levels and cardiovascular outcomes in participants who practiced various stress reduction techniques. Researchers found that even simple stress reduction methods triggered measurable improvements in blood vessel flexibility and reductions in inflammatory markers. Dr. Jennifer Martinez, the study's lead researcher, explained that stress reduction works by interrupting the harmful cycle of stress hormone release and allowing blood vessels to recover from chronic damage. The study showed that the benefits were apparent within just 2 weeks of starting a regular stress reduction practice. Chronic stress releases hormones that damage brain blood vessels, increase blood pressure, and promote dangerous clot formation. These stress hormones cause inflammation that weakens blood vessel walls and creates rough surfaces where clots can easily attach and grow. Chronic stress also keeps blood pressure elevated, putting constant strain on already damaged vessels and increasing the likelihood of rupture or blockage. The combination of vessel damage and increased clotting tendency creates an extremely dangerous situation for stroke development. Spend 10 minutes each day doing deep breathing, gentle stretching, or listening to calming music. Choose a quiet time and place where you won't be interrupted, and focus on letting go of the day's worries and tensions. Deep breathing exercises are particularly effective because they activate your body's relaxation response and immediately lower stress hormone levels. Progressive muscle relaxation, where you tense and then relax different muscle groups, can also provide powerful stress relief in just a few minutes. Louise from Texas started 10 minutes of morning deep breathing, and her blood pressure dropped 15 points within a month. Her doctor was amazed at how quickly her cardiovascular risk factors improved with such a simple intervention. Stress is damaging your brain vessels every minute you delay relaxation. Start calming down today. Habit 7, the 2-minute circulation booster. What's the 2-minute habit that's more powerful than expensive treatments at preventing blood clots in your brain? Simple leg and ankle exercises performed while sitting or lying down can dramatically improve circulation and prevent the formation of dangerous blood clots. When you remain sedentary for long periods, blood pools in your lower extremities and moves sluggishly back to your heart. This slow-moving blood creates ideal conditions for clot formation, and these clots can break free and travel to your brain, causing instant stroke. Seniors are particularly vulnerable because aging naturally reduces circulation efficiency, and many spend long hours sitting or lying down. The good news is that simple muscle contractions act like pumps, pushing blood back toward your heart and preventing dangerous stagnation. American Stroke Association research shows that simple ankle and leg exercises performed twice daily reduce stroke-causing clots by 70% in sedentary seniors. The study followed 5,500 seniors who spent most of their day sitting, measuring clot formation rates before and after implementing simple circulation exercises. Participants who performed the exercises twice daily showed dramatic improvements in blood flow and significantly lower rates of deep vein thrombosis. Dr. Robert Kim, the study's lead vascular specialist, explained that the muscle contractions created by these exercises mechanically push blood through the vessels, preventing the stagnation that leads to clot formation. The study found that the exercises were most effective when performed consistently throughout the day, rather than in one long session. Without circulation exercises, blood pools in your legs and forms clots that can travel to your brain and cause instant stroke. Pooled blood moves so slowly that it begins to thicken and coagulate, forming dangerous clots that can break free at any time. These clots travel through your bloodstream until they reach vessels too narrow for them to pass through, blocking blood flow and causing immediate tissue death. When this happens in your brain, the result is stroke, with potentially devastating consequences including paralysis, speech loss, or death. Twice daily, flex and point your feet 20 times, then make ankle circles for 1 minute while sitting or lying down. Perform these exercises slowly and deliberately, focusing on the muscle contractions in your calves and lower legs. You can do these exercises while watching television, reading, or even lying in bed. The key is to make the movements large enough to actively contract your calf muscles, which are your body's most important pumps for returning blood to your heart. Marcus from Nevada prevented a stroke when this simple routine broke up a dangerous clot that was forming in his leg during a long period of bed rest. His doctor confirmed that the exercises literally saved his life by preventing the clot from traveling to his brain. Dangerous clots could be forming in your legs right now. Start moving them today. Habit 8. The social connection protection. Why do socially isolated seniors have double the stroke risk of those with strong relationships? Social isolation triggers a cascade of harmful physiological changes that dramatically increase stroke risk through multiple pathways. Lonely seniors experience chronic elevation of stress hormones that damage blood vessels and increase blood pressure over time. Social isolation also leads to depression, which is independently associated with increased stroke risk through inflammatory pathways and poor health behaviors. Without social connections, seniors are less likely to maintain healthy habits, more likely to neglect warning signs of health problems, and less motivated to seek medical care when needed. The combination of increased stress hormones, inflammation, and poor health behaviors creates a perfect storm for cardiovascular disease development. CDC research shows that seniors with regular social interaction have 50% lower stroke risk due to reduced stress hormones and better health behaviors. The comprehensive study followed 11,200 seniors for 8 years, carefully tracking their social connections and cardiovascular outcomes. Researchers found that seniors with strong social ties had significantly lower levels of inflammatory markers and stress hormones that contribute to stroke risk. Dr. Patricia Johnson, the study's lead epidemiologist, explained that social connections provide both emotional support that reduces stress and practical support that encourages healthy behaviors. The study also revealed that the quality of social connections was more important than quantity, with a few close relationships providing more protection than many superficial ones. Social isolation increases stress hormones that damage blood vessels, raises blood pressure, and weakens your motivation to maintain healthy habits. Chronic loneliness triggers the release of cortisol and other stress hormones that promote inflammation and blood vessel damage over time. Isolated seniors also tend to have poorer nutrition, less physical activity, and more likely to ignore health problems, all of which increase stroke risk. The lack of social support also means there's no one to notice warning signs or encourage seeking medical attention when problems arise. Make meaningful contact with friends or family for at least 15 minutes every single day, whether by phone, video call, or in person. Focus on quality connections, where you can share thoughts and feelings rather than just exchanging pleasantries. If you don't have close family or friends nearby, consider joining community groups, volunteering, or participating in activities at senior centers or religious organizations. Even brief conversations with neighbors or store clerks can provide valuable social connection if approached with genuine interest and warmth. Barbara from Florida joined a weekly card game, and her depression lifted while her stroke risk factors improved dramatically. Her doctor noted significant improvements in her blood pressure and stress hormone levels after she became socially engaged again. Isolation is weakening your brain's defenses every day. You stay disconnected. Reach out today. Habit 9. The blood sugar stabilizer. Could blood sugar spikes be quietly damaging your brain's blood vessels and doubling your stroke risk? Wild fluctuations in blood sugar levels cause significant damage to blood vessels throughout your body, but the effects are particularly dangerous in the brain's delicate vascular system. High blood sugar levels cause blood vessel walls to become inflamed and damaged, creating rough surfaces where clots can easily form. These sugar spikes also make blood thicker and stickier, increasing the likelihood of clot formation and making it harder for blood to flow smoothly through narrow brain vessels. Even seniors without diabetes can experience dangerous blood sugar fluctuations that gradually damage their cardiovascular system. The damage occurs slowly and painlessly, accumulating over time until blood vessels become severely compromised. Diabetes research from Mayo Clinic shows that stable blood sugar levels reduce stroke risk by 60% in seniors by preventing blood vessel damage. The landmark study followed 9,200 seniors for 6 years, carefully monitoring blood sugar patterns and cardiovascular outcomes. Participants who maintained steady blood sugar levels throughout the day had significantly healthier blood vessels and dramatically lower rates of stroke and other cardiovascular events. Dr. Amanda Wilson, the study's lead endocrinologist, explained that blood sugar stability prevents the inflammatory damage that weakens blood vessel walls and promotes clot formation. The research showed that even small improvements in blood sugar control provided measurable protection against stroke. Wild blood sugar swings damage the delicate blood vessels in your brain, making them prone to blockages and ruptures. High blood sugar acts like sandpaper on blood vessel walls, creating microscopic damage that accumulates over time. This damage makes vessels stiff and brittle, unable to adapt to normal pressure changes, and creates rough surfaces where dangerous clots can form and grow. The combination of vessel damage and increased clotting tendency creates an extremely dangerous situation for stroke development. Eat smaller, balanced meals every 3-4 hours, combining protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates. Avoid large meals that cause dramatic blood sugar spikes, instead choosing portions about the size of your palm for protein and filling the rest of your plate with vegetables and small amounts of whole grains. Include healthy fats like nuts, avocado, or olive oil with each meal to slow sugar absorption and maintain steady energy levels. Avoid sugary drinks and processed foods that cause rapid blood sugar spikes followed by dangerous crashes. Ernest from Kansas stabilized his blood sugar with regular small meals, and his stroke risk assessment improved from high to low risk in just 4 months. His doctor was impressed by the improvement in his blood vessel health and overall cardiovascular risk profile. Your blood vessels are being damaged by sugar spikes right now. Balance your next meal. These 9 habits work together to create a powerful shield around your brain, protecting you from the devastating effects of stroke. Diane, Carl, Beverly, Thomas, Evelyn, Leonard, Louise, Marcus, Barbara, and Ernest are living proof that small daily actions create massive protection. You don't need expensive treatments or complicated procedures. You need consistency with these simple, proven habits. If these 9 stroke prevention habits gave you hope and determination, hit that like button and tell me in the comments which habit you're starting first. Share this video with other seniors who need this life-saving information, because you could literally be preventing someone's stroke and saving their independence.